All right, we're in the final round, Grand Arena 3v3 on April 25th. Take a quick look at how last round went. I think I attacked first and we never got to see how far they got. So, one shot, my two stronger defenses on the front line. One shot these as well, just kind of weaker defenses to take away some future counters, and then they went on my strongest defense is this Bastila team, and it looks like they tried it once and backed out, and they didn't try anything after that. So pretty smooth win. I thought it would be. I think I from the very beginning had a favorable matchup. So now I'm going against Lincoln in the final for 3 Zetas. So he actually attacked me first. Um, that's pretty rare, and by the looks of it, he had a lot in offense because he took out all teams but one. So we'll take a look at what he did first. Same two front line, both got one shot. I thought he would have a little bit more trouble with Bosk because he does not have a Jedi training ray that's ready, but he had to use something that was good enough to one-shot it, and my Bosk is modded pretty well, so I don't think he used a debuff team. I think he used a really offense-heavy team. And then my first order usually causes a little bit of trouble, but they're not that great, so not surprising that they get one shot. Down here, my Rogue One is not very strong, just kind of meant to eat away at some teams. Same thing with Mission Zalbar, just kind of eat away at some attacks before they get to my back line. I scouted this guy ahead of time before setting my defenses, and he had a lot of teams to attack with. But he also had a lot of gear 7, 8, 9, and I wanted to kind of filter those out, make sure he didn't get to use them all on my back row. I don't know, it's kind of a trade-off. So back here, what an interesting thing is I was actually watching, I pulled up my phone and I saw that half my defenses were gone, and then I saw he was actually attacking, so I got to nervously follow along as he ate away through, and he was perfect one-shotting everyone, and then my Geos here as well, and then I was starting to get real nervous, and then Bastila helped. Second time through, took away Kenobi, and it was just Bastila and Ezra. And third time through, wiped him. So I'm guessing he used something pretty strong the third time. No idea the first two times. Overall, this guy seems to know what he's doing in team composition. So I don't know if he was trying to get away without using a powerful team or what. So down here, you see my nest did eat a battle. They took away my Kira and my Kanan pretty easily, but my nest still had full health, full protection. And then the second time through, he got it down. And then my hero here is my cheesy team. I'm not proud of it, but it's competitive game mode, so I'm not gonna apologize for it. This is a really crappy team to deal with, and I normally put it up into the front when I think I have a good chance to win, or just kind of depending on what the opponent has. And here I was a little bit more worried, so I put them in the back, hoping that they would get rid of their heavy buff dispellers and AoE, all of that kind of stuff. He didn't have troopers, so I wasn't too worried about that. And it worked out. He didn't have an answer for it by the time he got to it. So obviously, if I can do a full clear, I'm going to win. Or if I can clear 3 zones in one team more efficiently, I can win. I didn't really track how efficient he was. I didn't do the math, and I'm not going to bother to do it. I'm just going to worry about what I'm doing. So let's see what he said on defense. He did not have a Bosk, so these are his 3 best bounty hunters. And these are 3 of his best. resistance. So he has Jedi Training Ray unlocked, but it's only Gear 5. So I'm guessing he just unlocked it right before Grand Arena started. So still a pretty strong team. They're all Gear 11, got the Zeta on BB-8, and leader ability on Finn is level 7. So they're going to have a lot of offense and potency. They're not going to be an easy team, but of course, Scavenger Ray's a little weaker on health, so I'll definitely want to get her out of the way, and then should be able to coast through. So down here, first thing I notice is we got a gear, what is this, gear 8 across the board Phoenix team, and no offensive character, so I think we're going to try to use Wampa. I think my Wampa is gear 8 or 9, modded for protection and health and tenacity, so I think he'll work. I'm going to put Rex lead in front, and then I think just to kind of play it safe, I'll put Hermit Yoda with him just to recover health and protection as we go. And then here's a new team that's way stronger than it was a week or two ago, is Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Anakin. So Kenobi and Ahsoka are a little under-geared, but Kenobi I think is modded pretty well for health, and Anakin is gear 11, so he is going to hit really hard, and if I kill either of the other two first, he's going to get a free turn. So I don't have a lot of experience going against Anakin and Ahsoka, but I do know that he's going to hit hard, and if Kenobi taunts and I can't dispel it, he's going to get a chance to hit hard. So I've got some ideas of what to start there. We'll do a quick rundown of what they have left over. So let's back up here and just kind of go through the list like we always do. So we have Jedi Arena team, Jedi Knight Revan. You see he does not use General Kenobi or any tank in his arena team. He doesn't have one geared up enough. So it seems like he's a little slower to gear to get along, but definitely no problem getting those Zetas out. So we'll take a look faction by faction. So Bounty Hunters, pretty standard. It's kind of a break for me that he doesn't have Bosk leveled up. He's got this team of 3 we saw on defense. And then Cad Bane and IG-88. He's not going to be able to make a second Bounty Hunter team for 3v3, but it's possible he's going to use these characters as fillers. I don't know. Clones, Gear 9. So he's got a team here that he could use maybe on the back line of defense. I don't know. They're kind of borderline, but could definitely be used. Droids. So big thing we notice here is a Gear 11 Zeta HK-47. That's really odd because he does not have Darth Revan, and he's not that close to Darth Revan, but he's definitely going after it. So I think we'll definitely see him. Maybe he is attacking with them. I don't know, but definitely very strong, especially against Jedi right now. And we'll see that he also has Bastila Fallen leveled up and Zeta, geared up and Zeta, but not starred out yet. So it's possible he's doing something with her and, I don't know, a generic lead or a Sith lead, or he's going to build a droid team with IG-88 and, I don't know, T3M4, maybe R2-D2. I don't know. That's something to keep an eye on. So he's got all these Empire characters, and he's been throwing Zetas around left and right, but no Empire has a Zeta. This is really weird. I never see this. He's got Emperor Palpatine Gear 11, Thrawn Gear 11, Vader Gear 12, and none of them have a Zeta. So, I mean, usually these are ones that you'll want to attack with, but who knows? We could see him on the back line. Tarkin, I don't think, is geared up enough. He needs the higher gear to have his survivability. And obviously, no usable Imperial troopers here, so not worried about that. Ewoks, this is going to be kind of a hurt to his GP. He's got him leveled up, but not geared. He's starting to work on the stars. I don't know, just kind of a waste right now. First Order's pretty strong. He can make two teams here, so I would expect to see these first three on defense in the back row. It's possible he used them on offense, but this is such a good defensive team. Kylo Unmasked, Kylo, and First Order Executioner almost maxed out gear, just one piece of gear from being gear 12 across the board. And then kind of a secondary team you would see maybe on offense or defense, I don't know, is Phasma, Officer, and TIE Pilot. There's not a lot of damage there, so it's possible he could split those, but he's got one very powerful team and one kind of filler defense team, so we'll probably see one in the back line. Let's check his Geos, nothing. Imperial Troopers, we already looked at. Jawas, nothing. Jedi. This guy loves Jedi, so again, with the Darth Revan farming theme, you see his Juhani down here is almost there. It's gear 11 with 3 pieces and then 6 stars. So he's definitely going to get Darth Revan. He's going to get Darth Malak to Malik. So he can make a ton of teams here. So most likely his most powerful team here is, well, first of all, we can eliminate Jedi Knight Anakin we saw on defense, Ahsoka we saw on defense, and General Kenobi we saw on defense. Whoops, I did not mean to long press that. So we know those 3 are out. Most powerful is likely Jedi Knight Revan, Yoda, and Jolee. They would be very, very good on offense or defense. You have Bastila Sean here. I'm pretty sure we're going to see in defense as a leader, just because of that protection up, tenacity up is so huge, along with Ezra and a tank. So either Old Ben or even Mace Windu. We know Kanan's out. And General Kenobi's out, so probably Old Ben or Mace. We'll see with them. And then Qui-Gon's gear 12. He's a good leader. Probably see him with Juhani's a tank as well. So maybe Bastila, Juhani, Ezra for the second team. Qui-Gon, Mace, and maybe Hermit Yoda. I don't know. Tons and tons of options here. So this could explain why he had such a breeze attacking the front line. Is he can win a lot of battles with what we're seeing on this screen. All right, let's move along. Night Sisters. So surprising to not see any of these on defense yet. I imagine we will on the back line. So we've seen enough really powerful teams here, and this front line overall is not very powerful. I'm expecting to see some more in the back. It's got Zetas. Is this Talzin's leader or yes? So Talzin leads Zeta, probably Rampage on Asajj. Yep. So likely to see those two with Zombie. Zombie's gear 11. With Daka being the odd man out, but I don't know. You could throw Asajj in with some other team. They would be a very powerful defensive team to have on the back line. So I'm definitely going to have to save some stuff until I can see the first back line. Old Republic, we saw Juhani already and the rest of the Jedi. Could see, like I did, a undergeared Karth Zalbar mission. I don't know. Be something that we could deal with. Phoenix, other than Ezra, that's pretty much minimum requirements to unlock Thrawn. It's kind of what I have as well. Definitely Wampa-able. Rebels, he's got CLS ready to go. Han Solo with no Zeta, and I don't see Chewbacca. So, very good attackers. I don't think I would see him on defense, but who knows? Probably CLS Han and a tank, Old Ben or Stormtrooper Han, or possibly R2-D2. And then Akbar is probably going to be a leader for him. Maybe with Biggs and Wedge, they're a little undergeared. Probably Princess Leia and either one of the 2 tanks, Stormtrooper Han or Obi-Wan Kenobi. So could see that second team on defense. I imagine that first team he probably used on offense. Resistance, you see, as Jedi Training Ray, not ready to go yet. So we saw 3 of these already on defense, BB-8 Finn, Scavenger Ray, and all he has left is R2-D2, Resistance Trooper, and Poe Dameron, so I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with those on their own. R2-D2 is probably going to go with Rebels. Rogue One, nothing. Again, he leveled them all up to 85, maybe to use their ships. I'm not sure. The ships aren't part of this Grand Arena, so I'm not going to spend time looking at those. But it's just kind of a hit to his galactic power count. Scoundrel, we already saw most of them. Separatist, he's got maybe a usable Dooku here. Sith. Alright, so the big thing that sticks out here is Basilisk on Fallen, when none of the leaders have a Zeta, but he's definitely preparing for Darth Revan. I think there's a good chance we'll see on the back line a Maul lead with Sidious, Dooku, or Bastila Fallen. 3 of the 4 of those I'm pretty sure we're going to see on the back line. Let's check Sith Empire. They'd be under Sith too. Smugglers, just Han. Oh, he does have Chewbacca. I missed that. Okay, so Chewbacca's pretty far under geared as well. He seems to be very slow to gear that and Jedi Training Ray, so there's nothing for Tusken. So that's it. So I kind of looked through all these earlier, and it looked to me like he had, outside of what I could see, he set on defense on the front line about 12 more strong, definitely viable teams, 12 more viable teams. Obviously used at least 8 on offense. So he could have some strong defense, or he could have saved it all for offense. There's no way to tell till I go after it. So let's start with the battles that, without burning my best attackers. Let me get plugged in here. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to do Wampa on the Phoenix, and that's not going to burn characters that I need in other places. We'll take a quick look at the mods. I feel bad for this guy. I'm going to do one more last look at his overall roster, and I want to show something that the guy doesn't understand mod sets, and I feel terrible for him because he's missing out on so much speed, so much health, and so much offense. So we'll look at his arena team first. Everything's a broken set. So he has primaries in the right spot. He's got secondaries pretty well, but he doesn't understand the things that need 2 of the same set type to complete to get a bonus, and 4 of the same set type to complete to get a bonus. So here it worked out pretty well for him. He's got 4 health mods that give him health bonuses, and the others are split. So if this weren't his arena team, you could kind of imagine that makes sense. But he upgraded all these to 6E, but I think they're just whatever the fastest secondaries he had. I think that's it. Like he didn't really put anything else into it. And I'm not going to look at all of them until we go to attack them, but just yeah, if we have any watchers now, any viewers right now, you may want to avert your eyes when you look at Yoda's mods, because it's going to hurt. Yoda you typically want for offense, and he has a completely broken set here. So normally you'd see 4 offense mods and 2 health mods. Possibly you could go critical chance, critical damage. You don't really need to go to speed because he generates so much turn meter. But he's got no bonuses from sets here. It's just such a missed opportunity for him, and he's missing out on so many stats. Now, I say that he still has very good mods. They're fast mods, and they've got good secondaries, and he's putting the primaries in the right spots for the most part. It's just I just don't think he understands that there's also a third part of it other than primaries and secondaries. It's how the sets work together, and I've never seen that before at this level. It's usually the opposite, right? Everybody matches the sets, but they have completely incoherent primaries and secondaries. So he has speed arrows on everyone. That's fine. And obviously square and diamond are set as offense and defense. So he went offense primary, triangle. That's good. I do critical damage on mine. Offense primary in the cross. That's very good. And then he went for protection here. So normally you want to see your if you're modded for offense, straight offense, you want to see special, closer to 7,000 with the 3 offense primaries. If you have a offense, if you have a critical damage primary triangle like I do, it's fine to have down closer to 6,000 to still get those big hits. So he's gonna have consistent hits. They're just not going to be quite as big. But yeah, I'm not going to go into the rest until we go to battle him. It's just you'll see that in every one of his teams that they're going to have broken mod sets, and it's not just like a every once in a while thing. It's every single character. I haven't seen a single one that has a matching sets across the board. Anyway, so he has leveled them all up to 15. You see broken set here. He does have I guess a defense set and a health set, but no speed on his Phoenix team. So +3 on Hera. Kanan doesn't really need a lot of speed. He doesn't have any at all. 101 speed. Yikes. Um, and then let's see if he at least put potency on Zeb. He has a single potency mod with a defense primary. So not really anything to worry about. I'm sure I could one-man this with Wampa. I could two-man it with Rex and Wampa, but I'm gonna play it safe and just make sure I get the wins. So all right, let's finally actually do a battle. All right, scroll way down. Oh, I'll show you what I saved for offense. So I'm gonna have a Jedi team right here with kind of the same 3 I expect to see from him. Revan, Yoda, and Jolie. I have a CLS Han Chewie team, Jedi Training Ray that I normally use to attack a Bosk team, but he has no Bosk, so I'm expecting to see that First Order team in the back. So I'm going to hold on to them for now. I have a Night Sister team, Talzin, Asajj, and Daka. I used Zombie on defense. And I have a Sith Triumvirate team. There's Treya, Nihilus, Scion. And then I have some Empire and Sith. And then it starts to fall off. Oh, I've got some Imperial Troopers as well. That's usually pretty good at cleaning up. And then it just kind of goes to secondary Rebels and Resistance. So I have a lot to attack with, and I should be able to, if I don't royally screw up, I should be able to save some for the back row. So I'm looking for Rex, Wampa, and I'm going to go ahead and burn my Hermit Yoda, even though I don't think I need to. He can recover some health and protection, and if I can finish with 2 of these guys at full protection, I think that'll be almost as good as two-manning it. All right, let's get started. So because they're all going to counterattack, well, it depends on if I land days. If I land days on my first move, I'm going to go after Hera. If I don't land days, then they're going to counterattack, and I'm just going to work on Kanan. So I'm invisible. I should be able to do this without getting counterattacked. So here I'm going to get counterattacked, but I'm going to try to land days. All right, I got days on 2 of them. I'm going to try to burn Hera now. And recover health, protection. Yeah. All right, so even though I didn't show my Wampa mods, he's got high tenacity, but Zeb still landed days, even though Zeb has low potency. That happens, that's why Rex is here. It's gone. Tenacity up. Get rid of Hera. All right, now Wampa can start to do his thing. So I'm going to just go after Kanan the rest of the battle and just hope Zeb doesn't get enough turns. So I'd like to keep him dazed as much as possible so he doesn't counterattack. Let's keep refilling that health and protection. All right, pretty good shape. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Have them both hit. So there's going to be no more counterattacks unless Zeb gives himself retribution. Let's try to recover some protection. Recover more protection. Alright, so he gave himself retribution. Now I'm going to try to give him daze, so now he can't counterattack. Really like to fill up Wampa's protection. I don't know if I did, though. I did. Okay, so I only lost one banner there. So that's what I was hoping to do. Okay, so this team I'm worried about because they just got reworked and I've never gone against them in the rework, and the one person I don't want to be Gear 11 is Gear 11. So my plan is to try to save my more powerful offensive teams until I see what's behind this tile. So I'm going to try to hit these with my Night Sisters, just get some stuns. I'm going to lose out on protection on all three, that's fine. Ahsoka will don't go down quick, and Asajj can remove taunt from General Kenobi, and Asajj will hit very, very hard. So I'm hoping to come out here with 51 banners. Anything more than that, I'll be thrilled with without burning one of my better teams. Take a quick look at mods. So here he's got 2 health sets. That's good for Kenobi. We'll look. So 26,000 health, 21,000 protection, 171 speed. Not much tenacity, so I should be able to land some stuns. And then look at his leader ability, max health, max defense. So I'm going to have to hit him a lot. And he, I believe, is the only of these 3 Jedi that has a team healing ability. I don't know if his counts. It's more of a dispel ability, but it might count as a healing ability. So I don't want him to use that. I don't know if I'm going to have an ability block. I'm not. So that might just happen, and I might not be able to prevent it. But not too fast. It's manageable. Ahsoka is pretty undergeared. Pretty broken set here. It's got a potency set, but I don't think she applies debuffs. She actually dispels buffs, so it's interesting. Got a little bit of speed, but yeah, only 9,000 protection, 12,000 health. So I could burn her down pretty quickly, but I'm probably just going to try to spread out some stuns. So he's got 1 pair of health mods here for Jedi Knight Anakin, and speed is 193. So yeah, fortunately he can kill my Night Sisters a bunch, and they'll just revive because of Talzin's lead. So I definitely want to stun him too. I want to stun them all. I would love to kill him first, but I don't think I'm going to get the choice. I don't think I'm going to get the option. So I'm just planning on getting hit here. So I'm taking a pretty well overgeared team that's is just going to survive all these hits. So yeah, I normally don't show my mods. I'll go really quick because I feel like I'm spending way too much time looking at mods. Daka's here somewhere. Daka, there she is. All right, so Talzin. So we got Talzin's lead. It gives a whole bunch of potency and speed, plus 30 speed. So I think we saw their fastest was Anakin at 193, plus 50% potency. That's huge. So I should land some stuns because none of them had big tenacity. So 186 plus 30 is pretty good. And I have her modded for speed and potency. Asajj I have modded for damage. So she is only 172, but a lot of critical damage, critical hit, a little bit of potency. The leader ability should help. She may land a stun. And Daka health and speed, or no, just health and potency, I mean. So let's see what we have here. Plenty of health, very good speed. She's going to get first turn for sure. And 98% potency plus 50% from the lead. So I really hope that my first move is going to land a stun Uh, on somebody. I don't even know. I usually have my first few moves mapped out, but it's just this team. They're all going to be super annoying. I think I'm just going to burn down um, Ahsoka, which is normally the wrong thing to do, but in 3v3, only giving Anakin that one bonus turn uh, early on, I think that'll be fine. So let's go. All right. So first move, let's try to stun Ahsoka. No, that's okay. I'll take that. Um, so let's try to hit Ahsoka hard here. Spread some plague. All right. So now we have. Oh my goodness. Now we've got some stuff going on. Let's get rid of these buffs and let's see if we can take out Ahsoka now. No. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, this was expected. See if we can get some more stuns. And let's do. I normally do an AOE here, but I think I'm gonna do the basic to because I think it's gonna hit a little harder, and it didn't hit hard enough. All right, get her out. Let's keep you stunned. Now I'd love to recover some health. I should have done a heal there. Um, let's keep spreading some plague. All right, let's heal. Oh my gosh, you kidding me? I finally choose to heal. All right, I think I can get 2 back to full health. Um, no, 3. All right, good heal. So that finishes? No. This finish? No. This finish? Yes. All right. 3 health, no full protection, 51 banners. Exactly what I was hoping for. All right, let's see what they have hiding in the back. Okay, so there's 2 teams that I was expecting. Weird that Chopper's in there. I would have expected First Order TIE Fighter pilot. So what this tells me is that I don't have to save 4 huge teams for the back. I've got some second tier teams that can handle these. So that means I'm not going to be afraid to use what did I have planned on this bounty hunter team? It's possible this is going to be their most powerful defensive team. Um, so I think I'm going to use my CLS Han Chewie. Should be way overkill, but I don't think I'm going to need to save them. So take a quick look at mods. Yeesh. A defense set. Okay. It's gear 12, no Zeta, some health and protection, only plus 58 speed, but still gets him to 205. Lots of potency. So Boba leadership is based off potency. Gain max health equal to half the potency of all bounty hunters. So it's a little advantage that there's only 3 of them instead of 5. Greedo, you're usually looking for damage. He's got 2 health sets. 207 speed, yeah, and he counterattacks. He's got some potency on him. Yeah. And Dengar. If you've seen any of my streams before, I just hate going against Dengar, especially in 3v3. He's just there. His purpose in this game is to troll me. So, not near as fast, tons of health and protection. He's going to be last, just like he always is. That's fine. So I'm going to start off stunning. I don't want Boba to get his AoE off. I know Dengar, well, they all 3 have AoEs, but Boba, I don't want him to ability block. I don't want him to use his execute. I'm just going to try to burn Boba down twice fast and let the other 2 take their turns. So I'm not going to have full health protection. I don't have Zeta on Chewbacca. So again, I'm looking for 51 banners, maybe 52 if CLS can recover his own protection. So CLS, Han, and Chewie. Alright, so stun Boba Fett. So I could take some turn meter away. Let's see, I'm gonna get the next turn too. Yeah, let's try to get a little fancy here. Let's take away Greedo's turn meter. And then let's see, this never ever ever works, but I'm gonna see if I can stun Dengar, because I want Boba to lose his turn on the stun. I don't want to kill him before his stun's gone. So let's see me fail to stun Dengar. Hey, it worked. Okay, now let's get Boba Fett out of here. One more hit. Perfect, perfect. So yeah, of course he landed his AoE, so I can recover that protection, but the other two are both going to go down in protection unless I can one-shot Dengar with my basic. Well, and Chewie. No. So Han's protection went down, but I think, yeah, I'm going to finish him. So I'll have 2 full protection. That's pretty good. That's a little better than I was hoping for. Oh, I don't think I looked at my own mods there. I have speed on Commander Luke Skywalker, health on Chewbacca, and Han I just leave modded for Chex Mix all the time. So he's exactly 178 speed with a whole bunch of damage. Alright, so everything's going according to plan now. I just wanted to say that out loud so I could jinx it. This one, I could use a big team on now that I know I'm not going to have as much on the back, but I think it's okay if I struggle a little bit here. I was planning on using Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn. Let's take a quick look at how they're modded. So he does have a matching health set with a 4-dot arrow. He's slow. And we're looking for potency on Finn because he's going to stun me. And stuns are huge in 3v3. So only 19% potency. Let's see his leader ability, 60% potency. All right, I'm going to get stunned. I'm not going to be able to avoid that. So in this matchup, so Rey Scavenger hits so hard, but she has low health and protection. So I'm going to go after her first. All right, I mapped out my first few moves, but I don't have to remember them. So not that much health and protection, a lot of speed, and naturally high damage, but looks like they didn't really add much onto the damage. So I want her out because I can deal with just the other two being annoying for a while. BB-8 has the Zeta, so he's going to counterattack and call an assist. So I'm going to want to cool it with my AoEs. I am going to go for the stuns from Palpatine on one of the first moves, and it could end up with Palpatine getting hurt real bad. What did he have here? Health, 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 health. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of like 2 sets of 2, but it doesn't seem like it's on purpose. Plenty of health and protection. Okay speed for BB-8. I'm just gonna, as much as I can, leave BB-8 to himself because I don't think the match is gonna go long enough for him to get eliminated Destiny, and he's gonna just keep doing his secondary. He's not gonna attack unless he's ability blocked. So, what I planned on doing, I already forgot the speeds. I'm gonna look at the speeds one more time. So BB-8, it doesn't matter what his speed is. So really slow on Finn, 149, and 235 on Rey. So What I want to do is I don't want to get stunned by Finn. So I want to fracture Finn. Is that right? No. I want to fracture whoever gets to go first. I'm going to get a chance to try to stun Finn. I'm going to let BB-8 go when it's his turn, and I'm going to fracture Rey. The reason I want to fracture Rey is because she's the only one that I don't want to get hit by, because she can go all the way down through my protection. And then I'll have enough to work on Finn and chip him away. So we saw their speeds. My Thrawn's going to be the fastest by far. He's 265 or 275. Let's go ahead and build the team. So Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn. So we saw what their speeds were, and I already kind of forgot them, but I'm not going back. So Thrawn, I increased him a bit, 271. So no matter what, he's getting the first turn. Normally what I do with Thrawn is I hand the first turn to somebody else, usually Palpatine to do the shock. But if I know that their Finn is so slow and I don't care about their BB-8, all I have to worry about is if Palpatine, without being handed the first turn, if he's faster than Finn, I'm going to have a chance to try to stun him. And if I fail to stun him, I'm going to have Vader go before him too, can ability block him. So I should have lots of good options to control their turns. I just don't want him to take a lot of turns. I shouldn't talk about it this much because I have a strong counter to this. At least I think I do. So yeah, normally I pass the turn here, but I'm going to go ahead and disable Rey from taking a turn. Let BB-8 do his thing. Okay, so now the AoE from Vader cannot be countered, so I don't have to worry about BB-8. So now I can probably take out Rey already, and I think I'll do that. So now, okay, I don't have to worry about a counterattack from my AoE stun because BB-8 has Foresight, and I don't think he'll counterattack if it just hits Foresight and not actually hit him. So hopefully I can stun Finn here. No. Ability block? No. Okay, so now I'm probably going to get stunned by Finn. So I'm going to hand turn back to Vader, and I'm going to try to land an ability block again. No. Okay, so he did his taunt. That's fine. BB-8's going to go again and just do his little rocking thing. That's fine. We'll get another chance to ability block him. But he's got a lot of health and protection. Come on, let's land one. There we go. Alright, so I may not get stunned. So I'm going to fracture... I think I'm going to fracture BB-8 because I think I can take Finn down fast enough and then get BB-8 when he can't counterattack. Oh, no, I can't. He's got taunt. So I have ability block, so if Thrawn does his primary, it's going to stun him. Can't be countered. And... I'm not 100% sure my Culling Blade is going to finish him, so I'm just going to save it for another turn. Actually, I'll probably save it for BB-8. Stun him again. Alright, he's gone. Okay, so I'll do primary, hit that Foresight, and not get countered. And my best chance here is to get him stunned. Perfect. Everything according to plan. So I'll have full health and full protection. Should be 54 banners. Hey Cyberpunk, what's up? Save Thrawn swap to bring back protection. Yes, absolutely. That's normally what I do when I get in trouble. Saving it at the end to recover protection. Kind of the same that I was planning to do with CLS and in the previous battle. But fortunately, I finally got my ability blocks when I needed them. Yeah, it was a little risky using it when I didn't need to use it. Cad Bane lead, huh? That's interesting. Okay, so he definitely saved a ton for offense. I have way overkill to deal with these last 4 teams. Yeah, I was worried about he had three extremely strong Jedi teams. He has a First Order team that I would have had a lot of trouble with. All of his Night Sisters he saved for offense. What else did he have? Palp Vader Thrawn he used on offense. Uh, this Rebel team, I figured he would have used Admiral Akbar. Yes, I do. All right, Cyberpunk. I showed it earlier. This is what I call my cheese team, and I'm not proud of it. Um, but I'm also not ashamed of it. At our level, you should be able to prepare a counter for this. It's cheesy because Newt Gunray lead gives what is it, turn meter and huge critical chance to stealth allies. So you can see how this plays out. He's just there to be a leader and die. Acolyte is fast. Well, reasonably fast. So Acolyte 209, not bad. She's going to use her primary and go stealth. And it doesn't matter because zombie gets taunt. So they're going to have to come in with a buff dispel or massive AoE. That's why I put it on the back line against somebody that knows what he's doing. Because if I put it on the front line, he's going to have plenty of counters for it. So essentially he's stuck. So leader goes away, you got a taunting zombie, and then Acolyte goes invisible with massive damage. Um, and yeah, so this is where he got stuck. He chose to battle this team last. I think he may have had a counter for this if he realized what this team was, but he did the first line, knocked out the first line first, and then he was showing all four of the back line, and he chose to do the other three first and then leave that for last, and he didn't have enough AoE for it. Um, so yeah, I recommend this in the lower levels. So I'm like 2.5 million galactic power. This works. If I was 3.5, this would get stomped every time because people would have enough counters built up in their inventory for it. So yeah, I get away with it. I mean, my goal is to clear them anyway with one shots, and I should. I'd mess up pretty bad if I don't. So it wouldn't have mattered if he struggled on that team or not. At least that's what I tell myself to justify it. All right, let's finish this out. 1.9 million GP. Okay. Yeah. How many defenses do you have to set when you're 1.9 million? That's not too far from me. A bunch of mine is in ships too. Um, so we have gear 11 on first order here. We have AOE here and taunting tank at gear 10. Missions Albar is a very good team, but they're undergeared enough that I could probably just bring in a ton of power there. Uh, so he gets potency lead here. I see what he's going. Two attackers and a tank. I mean, these aren't terrible teams. I'm just trying to map out. I don't have to be. If I one shot him, I win. So I'm not gonna waste everybody's time here. Um, so let's map out what I have. I have Jedi. I have Resistance. I have Sith. I have Imperial Troopers. So strongest team is probably not either of these. Strongest team is probably this first order team. So let's go ahead and just do massive overkill. I don't have to worry about undermanning it. Oh, you have to set four defenses too? Yeah, I know they can solo if I so fortunately I'm in a situation where I know exactly how many battles he lost because he went first. See, I always have to go first. I always do this and I stream it. I always do it about what is it, 7 to 8 hours after maybe 9 after the round starts, and I never know what my opponent has to attack with or how much he can attack. And now I have this for the first time in a long time advantage of seeing. So if if I felt like I had to do really well with banners because I know how much he's saved for attack now, I would probably try to underman it. But all I want to do is get the win here. If I were going first, you would probably see me try to get fancy, and it could end up costing me the game if I try to get too fancy. I will underman my Sith because I'm working on the quest for Treya. I just got Treya recently. All right, enough talking. For science, uh, well, it's too late now. Who's going first here? Probably you. Um, on the last one, I'll do something fun. I'll take suggestion on the last one. Um, Probably should have spread foresight to make sure I don't get hit. Oh, yeah. So my Yoda's modded for huge damage, huge critical chance, critical damage. Um, so yeah. Um, so Scion is pretty good at soloing. I could try. So this is 35k. Uh, so 47 and 41. Let's do my. So what comes out of Grand Arena? Let me show you real quick. So here are the rewards. So 3 Zetas for the winner. You see, we're in the third round. So whoever of the two of us wins is number one, and then the next 3 people that have 2 wins at the end of the round will get 2 Zetas, and then the next 3 people that have 1 win at the end of this round will get 1 Zeta. So there's 60 mod slicing materials and these golden eyeballs, black eyeballs that you pretty much need to gear every character to gear 12. You need 50 of these, so definitely very very much worth it. And they're doing these more often. I think they're doing about 4 of these a month now, so it really adds up. You don't get Zetas every time, but it does add up. Okay. Um, so let's play with my resistance team. I really like using them. Oh, I actually have 2 resistance teams. So Finn or R2. We'll do we'll do Finn. Recover some health and protection. Only level 82. You're close. Level 85, it unlocks, and you'll be placed against people you're around your galactic power. So, um, who's going first here? I think I'll get another chance. Oh no, I'm not going to get another chance. All right, well, I'm dumb. Um, Against your own galactic power, and then not people in your own arena shard. So, it's really interesting. You'll have really long time players that don't have the most like hyper efficient rosters. Just have a lot of random stuff, and you'll have people that are just ultra optimized. That so I'm more towards the optimized roster. So my grand arenas are a little bit easier time for me, but I've definitely been outmatched before, like grossly outmatched. So if I were going against a tougher team, usually this is a team I use against Bosk-led bounty hunters. You put an expose on all of them, and due to Ray's leadership ability, it takes away turn meter every one of my turns. So I just get to take all of the turns, and that's kind of my whole strategy with Jedi Training Ray. So I don't need to take more turn meter away, so I'm just gonna try to knock him out here, and hopefully Finn should be able to recover protection, and I might be able to do Illuminated Destiny as well. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get to Illuminated Destiny, So there, I recovered all my health and protection. Should end with 54 banners, unless I screw up. Stun, no stun. Take away the turn meter. Yeah, in 3v3 especially, it's all about turn meter. Stunning them, taking away their turns, gaining your own turn meter, and ripping them away from their turn meter. It's a turn-based game. It's all about speed. Who gets to go first? Who gets to make the first move and define how everything goes? Um, do not activate these characters unless you use them right away. You should see my roster. I've taken that to kind of an extreme. Okay, I'll show it to you after I'm done with the battles. Okay, so two teams left. Rebels with a Stormtrooper Han lead, and if this was geared up, this would be a very, very tough defensive team. So if I'm gonna do a solo, I'm gonna do it on this. Well, yeah, this team. Um, so one of these two matches, I'm gonna use Traya and Scion just to work on my achievement progress. Or I could use Traya and Nihilus. It doesn't matter. Uh, or I could see how Traya can do on her own. I don't know. Probably Imperial Troopers for the other one, but I don't know. Cyberpunk. Who do you want to see solo? Do you want to see Scion solo? You want to see? I don't know who else is capable. Yeah, I think Scion's my only chance at. Yeah, quest credit, Traya and Scion. Okay, yeah, I mean that's yeah. I'm gonna use trying to think who I'm going against and if they have counterattacks. I'm gonna use Trey and Scion on the other team down low, and then I'll use Imperial Troopers on that Rebels team. Solo Wampa. I already used Wampa. You missed it. You're gonna have to watch the replay. It was not a solo. It could have been a solo, but I was playing it safe. I used Wampa on their Phoenix on the front line. So I'm not looking at their mods. They're so far under geared that I assume I'm way faster. And I don't really know how to use Traya yet. I've said that every day for the last week. I think if I isolate mission, that might mess up some of their synergy. All right, so they have AoE. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about banners. I'm just going to let them do their thing. Oh, that was a huge hit. This will finish him and recover protection. No, it won't finish him. All right. There you go. Sure. Yeah, not much to look at. So I'm gonna have full health and no full protection. I should have done a Nihilus lead because that's guaranteed full protection. If you guys didn't know that, if you do Nihilus lead, if you win the match, you get full protection on all your Sith because there is no protection. Wow. Oh man, I always think that's going to be a finishing blow, but it's not. So he got full protection. That's fine. So 54, that would have been the same as me taking in 3 people with full protection. So by not taking in a third person, I'm allowed to lose protection on one person. Doesn't seem like that great of a trade-off. Yeah, Traya is amazing. So I just have her at 5-star. I unlocked her a little bit ago, and I don't know her kit well enough. I need to learn it because I need to build her up as a counter to Revan in Territory War and Grand Arena. So this is my favorite team to use. Not it's better in 5v5, but I love Imperial Troopers. Imperial Troopers are so much fun. I I never have a 5v5 Grand Arena with Night Sisters set on defense, and maybe it's because I have Imperial Troopers. I don't know, but I just I'm like antsy because I spent forever building these up, and I never get to use them for their one true purpose. Droid squad? I don't know if I have any droids. I have RCD2. Yeah. So that was it. Is able to one shot everything pretty easy. Obviously, I saved a ton for offense, but he did too. So knowing what he had to work with, obviously they weren't modded well, but knowing what he had to work with, I think my defense held up pretty well. Especially this Bastila team. He has a Jedi Knight Revan, um, and there's no way he would have burned it on. I mean, maybe my Bosk team, but that would have been overkill. So I think my defense did pretty well against all his very strong Jedi. Um, did I say RCD2? I very well might have said that. I I'm not a good talker. Uh, so just wanted to show my roster and how Grand Arena has affected it. So I'm currently farming Captain Han Solo, and I have 303 out of 80 shards. Um, but just kind of running down here, this is just sad. This is not the way the game is meant to be played. But I'm getting the shards all farmed out, and then I'll gear them up later. The shards are the long part. Gear can, it can come with all the shops and everything, but if anybody has OCD, they're probably freaking out right now. Poggle the Lesser, 378 out of 65. There's some real shard shop currency right there. But yeah, all these unactivated characters because I have absolutely no use for them. Finished farming Cup recently, 326 out of 10. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, this would be a lot of fluff, but it's also me missing out on a collection game. I think maybe down the road they'll kind of retune the way matchmaking it is, kind of like Territory War, right? They did it right in Territory War. It's 6,000. Only your characters 6,000 galactic power and above count. So I wouldn't have to worry about bringing all these characters to 7 star. And also I'm say I'm 500,000 short. I don't have Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto's on my list. Wait, where's Kit Fisto? Cantina node. Yeah, it'll be a little bit. Kit Fisto's pretty far down the line. Uh, my account is about to be 1 year old. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll look at it. I just have to figure out how. Um, I go to my allies. Hit me with that ally code. So my account is a year and 4 months, a year and 5 months old. I started Christmas 2017, and the first 3 to 4 months, I just did whatever. Whatever characters the game gave me, I used them, and I was getting really frustrated because I couldn't beat the Galactic War for a very, very long time, and I missed out on a ton of rewards because I was using Ewok Elder, Clone Wars Chewie, and Farm Boy Luke, and it just wasn't working for me. So then I just followed a guide. Um, yeah, I'll check them both out. Let's start with Cyberpunk here. Let's show them off to the stream. Ooh, rank 3. See, I'm not at the top of my arena. I'm at the top of my fleet arena. I'm not at the top arena. Let's. Oh, All right, all right. I see why you wanted to share your. I see wanted to share your ally code now. So you're sticking with. Okay, you don't have all the Zetas on Darth Revan yet, but you got the rest of his gang. Let's see. I have some fluff, but it's salvageable. Night Sisters, Sith, Old Republic. Bodhi. So Bodhi is someone I recently farmed, and over a year into the game, I still had 0 shards for him, and then I farmed up to 330. This is a very good looking roster. Like for I I guarantee you dominate Grand Arena, don't you, Cyberpunk? Yeah. So you got Treya too already. Under 2 million galactic power, you got Treya. I've never lost. Yeah, I bet. I mean, so yeah, this is the danger zone of a roster right here. These are characters that are just not good enough to use, but they eat enough of a galactic power, and this is where really where you want to minimize. But yeah, you don't have very many level 1 characters, but Grand Arena favors being top heavy, and yeah, you're pretty set at the top. My goodness, let's see how fast you are. So let's see what you got. So why are you still using Revan over Darth Revan? Is it because you didn't get Malik? So I don't even know the right way to pronounce it. Ah, you got broken mods. What is this? What is this, Cyberpunk? Why you got 2 offense mods in here? They're not doing you any good. C3PO unactivated? You got to be kidding me. How do you get so many credits? Are these my credits or your credits? I think I'm about this number. I get credits by not upgrading characters. That's it. I've got so many that are like 100 out of 100 shards, but I didn't spend that 1 million to upgrade them. Um, yeah, let's see how fast you are. 301. You're faster than my Revan. What do you got? Plus 20? Oh, that's why you have offense set. It's because it's got the speed secondaries. Okay, makes sense now. Yeah, this is a very good mod. You're always going to have a place for this mod. 5% tenacity. As you get into to more high level territory wars, tenacity is more and more important when you set your defenses. I don't know if you use Revan for defense or offense. You probably use it for offense, but even if that mod doesn't stick with Revan, wherever you use it, if you use it on a defensive character, having those big tenacity bonuses is huge. Um, honestly, I don't even know anything about Darth Revan. I don't have him unlocked. I hardly ever face him when I do. So I hover around 50 in arena. So I see him. I see the worst geared and worst modded Darth Revans. But yeah, you still have plus 120 on him when your best is on Jedi Knight Revan. That's ridiculous. There's some good mods. Some very good mods. Sith Trooper, huh? You can beat Malik teams. I can beat terribly geared, terribly modded Malik teams. I don't stand a chance against one that's properly built out. I let auto mod work do the work for me. Yeah. Um, so there are some cases where auto mods do things that make sense. They will match up your sets for you, and that's something that you know maybe my opponent that I just worked on could just look at what AutoMod gives them, and maybe that would click like, oh, that's what makes those little lines light up is when a mod set matches, and this is why I need 4 of this or 2 of this. But um, it's essentially just when they built a character, they just slapped some priority list of auto mods, It has nothing to do with team composition. It's all very individual. This one character in any general situation. I actively run away and scream when I say, yeah, I'm about it. Fortunately, I'm not high enough in arena to have to mess with it. If I were another 30 spots higher, I would be sweating it a lot more. Key is to mass assist on Malik with GK. Mass offense on. Yeah, let's check out your Yoda's offense. I'm curious. Offense set. Let's see your primaries. Offense. What'd you do for your triangle? Offense. Okay. So I went critical chance, critical damage. Or I went critical damage on my triangle. And then yeah, again you have offense. You have two offense mods here, and oh no, I'm sorry. You have two health mods. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's see. Let's see where your special damage is at. Wow, 6,500. That's that's pretty good. Um, I have one guy in my alliance that has over 6,500 special offense with a critical damage triangle. So he's just got ridiculous offense percent secondaries on his mods. His Yoda is nuts. Like I hope I never have to go up against that. But yeah, this is a really good roster. Oh man, Jedi. So Jedi Training Ray. So the problem is you have so many great characters. Jedi Training Ray, C3PO, Traya. So many great characters that you don't get to use because you need their Zetas to make them fully useful or make them dominate. And you're going to be in a Zeta crunch for a long time. But I mean, there are worse problems to have. Ah, man. So Jedi Training Ray is a automatic win against Bosk teams in Territory War. That's what we always do. We see a Bosk wall, we're thrilled. We'll throw all of our Jedi Training Rays on them, and then the high end First Order Kylo Ren unmasks as well. Just a hard counter. What's so good about C3PO? So I don't have C3PO. A lot of people in my guild do. He does just nasty, ridiculous raid scores. He just really exaggerates the all the great things about a resistance team under Jedi Training Ray. So he used to make it before Finn got reworked, where you could solo all of Heroic Sith Raid Phase 3 because he creates an infinite loop with all of his debuffs that he drops and expose as well. But he really rides the line of causing infinite loops with debuffs that either slow down turn meter or remove a little bit of turn meter, or he calls a mass assist, kind of like Hermit Yoda does. Um, he especially PvE content, he just makes a mockery of it. Such a great support character. Almost broke the game there for a little bit till they reworked Finn. Um, and then on Rebels too, and that's the great thing is you can also use them on a Rebel team. So the meta Rebel team right now, CLS, Han, Chewie, C3PO, and what R2D2 probably. And up until Darth Revan, they could climb to number one with that team. He makes using rebels to counter Jedi Knight Revan teams in Territory War. He makes it a lot more possible. It's not 100% sure thing, but way easier with them than without them. Um, let's see what you have for ships. I think you were top five in ships too. So 5-star Falcon. I hate how this orders it based on my list. Yep, got all your crew geared up really well. Oh, except home one. Oh, your home one's not even 7-star yet. You haven't been playing long enough. So you don't. I guess you're in a young enough shard that you probably don't have enough people maxed out against you. But I had to max out my Akbar to be able to take turns fast enough because I only got my Millennium Falcon to 6 star. Bosk has your fastest mod. Let's check it out. Where? There you are. Let me see how you modded your boss. Usually you want speed and tenacity. I already see you have a tenacity set. Yeah, Cyberpunk definitely knows what he's doing with mods. 105 speed, 72% tenacity. Man, let's see. 13, 13, 14, 21. Is that the one you're talking about? 21 speed, potency. Oh man, if you had a tenacity cross, that would put you at 96%. That's where I have my boss at. I believe is 98%. Wrong button. So I'm slower. Oh no, I have less tenacity. Oh, I should I should take my own advice. I do have tenacity primary. I don't know where you. Oh, you have a tenacity set. I don't have any good tenacity set mods. A primary mod with 30 speed. Is that good? All arrows, all 5-dot arrows that have a primary of speed will go to 30. And if you take it to 6-dot, it'll go to 32. So anytime, no matter what the color is, if it's 5-dot, really, if you're earlier on, any arrow that has speed is primary, no matter how many dots it is, keep it, upgrade it, put it on some character or other. Even if it's gray and you don't have any good secondaries, plus 30 speed is huge. I think Anthony put your ally code in there. We'll take a look at that. Find my way back there. If I can find it. Okay, 144 537. Got a nihilist lead, huh? So this is interesting. So some good Sith components. You said you're 82. A nihilist lead. So that's going to take everybody's protection away, and I think that would be fine for your more startup characters. But a 3-star, I feel like you're not going to have enough health and protection to run nihilist already. So you have speed and tenacity set. That's good for nihilist. But what gear level is this? 8. Yeah, I think your concern is going to be survivability. Yeah, you've got a lot of protection. You must have done protection primaries, multiple of them. Yep, and offense. Yeah, so a lot of times what you see people do with Nihilus, and I bet that's what you're doing here, is or you just play hide the Nihilus so he doesn't get hit. You use Darth Maul to make him go stealth, and just let him hide for a while until he's ready to annihilate. Um, Using Maul is a good way to work around getting a tank. Sith Sith have two good tanks, and I don't think any other possibilities. And they're both long farms. So Darth Scion and Sith Trooper are very good tanks that would make your team a lot better. But They are very, very long farms. I don't know if it's worth going out after Sith Trooper this early. Darth Sion can solo some stuff, so he may be good on his own. Oh yeah, yeah. A Zeta lead on Palpatine is definitely going to be early on. Is definitely going to make the most difference because turn-based game, speed, and controlling who goes first and who goes when is everything. And Zeta on Palpatine lead, it just completely creates a turn meter train as debuffs expire, and the, the way to win in Grand Arena and Arena and Territory War is to take all the turns. That's really all there is to it. Turn-based game, take more turns than the other guy, and you usually win. Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to look at it. I've had some friends that have started playing the game much later than I have, and I've kind of given them two things. I said, if you want to just have fun with it and treat it just like a game to unwind and just play with, I say don't take any advice from me. Just get the characters you want, collect them like Pokemon, and have fun with it. But if they want to be super competitive, then I'll give them more advice than they want to hear. I'm certainly not a extreme expert on the game, but I spend entirely too much time reading about it and talking about it with other people that have played it a lot longer than I have. And I find the competitive modes in this game to be very fun, very interesting. Oh, you got a 5-star Wampa already, and you're not even 85. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I'd say if you just want to have a better time winning, if that's and a 5-star Hermit, man, that's no wonder you're behind on gear as you're getting some of these really hard farms out of the way. I just finished Wampa um, to 7-star about just a few days ago, really. After that last territory battle, maybe a week ago. But yeah, I think if you have your arena team just geared up as much as they can be and start up, I think you're going to have a lot easier time winning battles. Kind of when you get to well, man, you're only half a million. You're not bloated. I mean, the roster's not bad. It's just this early on in the game, you just don't have that many options. But yeah, you get above 1.5 million, 2 million, 2.5 million. It's essentially, if your characters aren't gear 11, gear 12, you just don't get to use them anywhere. Uh, Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. I usually don't talk this much. I usually just do my battles and then sign off. Here's a dolphin tip. Check your local Facebook marketplace. Yeah, my advice is to be careful with that. You want to make sure it's legit, right? There are places, there are retailers like official, legitimate, real stores that do sales on gift cards, promotions, special things like that. Um, if it's reputable, I say go for it, but you really want to be careful because there are so many games like this and other games that are way more popular that people kind of get their gambling addictions and will do any means necessary to get currency in Play Store or iTunes that these things get stolen a lot and then they get resold for less. So you definitely don't want to involve yourself with any of that stuff. But yeah, Sam's Club, Costco, yeah, exactly. And there are websites. There's like official gift card websites. Buying from a retailer, a reputable retailer, I definitely recommend. It's usually I've only seen, every couple of months or so is I see a legitimate sale on a gift card for iTunes, or the Play Store. So just be careful, you know. Definitely don't go digging into the depths of the internet, because that's when you can get yourself in trouble. Let's take a. You said you Anthony, you said you auto set all of your mods. Let's see. Let's see which they have on Vader. Yeah, so it did do complete sets. Speed isn't bad on Vader. I don't know if he really needs critical chance. Usually you want to see potency on Vader to land his damage over time. It's not bad speed though. So yeah, there's your plus 30. Oh, 13 secondary. That's pretty good for where you're at to see secondaries above 10. Yeah, protection cross. So I do I think a potency cross there too. Most Empire Sith are debuff heavy teams, so you want them to be able to land those debuffs. Han Solo, you'll discover, is a very, very powerful character. You saw, I think, in my Grand Arena, I went against their bounty hunter team, their best three bounty hunters, and I essentially didn't have to worry about a lot of the match because Han Solo hits so hard, and with the Zeta he hits twice, so it just kind of it takes characters out of the game, especially 3v3. To instantly take somebody out of the match is pretty huge. 82 after a year. Yeah, I can't remember how long it took me to get to 85. So I definitely was too slow the first 4 months. And then I went on this hardcore, extremely laser focused uh, uh, plan, and it's not the way a video game should be played. I spent just as much time on a spreadsheet as I did on the game, and it was kind of lame, but I'm into it. I like it. I like the extreme efficiency. Some people call this a resource management game, and that makes sense. You can treat it like that. Some people treat it like a Pokemon game. Some people treat it like, extreme PvP, competitive top end. It's a I think it's a pretty good game that kind of makes a lot of different types of people happy at the same time. That's very, very tough to do. I don't play a lot of mobile games. This is the first uh, free to play, pay to progress faster mobile game that I've ever played, and it seems to me like they've done a good job on it. I also play Marvel Strike Force, and it's a little less friendly in some areas, but man, that game is pretty. Level up once every 4 months. Yeah, it. I remember the last couple of levels dragging on. I don't know. Do you spend crystals on energy refreshes every day, like light side, dark side battles? That's really the fastest way. That's what to do. I do. I always, once I started my efficient plan, I did three energy refreshes at 50 crystals, and then on the Cantina nodes, if I had the crystals, I would do three at 100. Helps you get characters faster, helps you get gears faster, and helps you level up to 85. Once you hit 85, a lot more things open up for you that help you progress a little faster. Let's take a look at your ships. You had an interesting arena team. Let's look back at that arena team. So Tarkin lead, I still recommend Tarkin lead for everybody starting out. Is this Biggs or is this Wedge? Okay, that's Biggs. Uh, best best accessible tank early on. Jedi Consularship is not good, but I think it starts you out with it, so that's something. An Emperor's Shuttle. I see a lot of people using this, but I, it just doesn't seem like a good ship to me. Obviously something's coming. They've released all these Sith ships. That it's not for no reason. I'm farming the Sith fighter and the B whatever bomber. There's something going on there, but they just don't seem that good right now. Maybe they're just missing a capital ship. I don't know. But if you want to do better in Fleet Arena, gear up your crew. I mean, even if you have bad ships, gear up your crew and they'll hit harder. That's everything early on is just having more gear than your opponents. Um, Under Tarkin lead, it's a long farm for Vader's ship, but it's one of the best ships in the game still. And early on, TIE fighter pilot's ship is very good to go under Tarkin, 'cause it helps you get to Tarkin's ultimate faster. Yeah, I still only do three regular energy, three Cantina node energy refreshes a day. So that's 450 crystals. That seems to balance out pretty well with my crystal income. And I'm just recently starting to do fleet energy refreshes a little more often because despite my gripes and complaints, I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna be able to avoid it. They're putting characters in there, and that's the only place they exist. So yeah, kind of what got us on that conversation and looking at rosters is looking at bloat. I'm certainly not without bloat. I like to have all my characters have a purpose. You know, this is the beginning of what I would call the bloat section, but a lot of Rogue One and Phoenix here. Phoenix, I just don't care to upgrade more. Rogue One for territory battles. I'm focusing on territory battles now. I should have used Imperial Probe Droid. I haven't had a chance to use him in Grand Arena yet. Here's my actual bloat right here. But you see, in my roster, you see a ton of level 1. This is how I didn't know for the longest time that I could continue farming shards without upgrading. That's something I found out more recently. So lots and lots of level 1s in my roster. But I could have even saved a bunch here by not leveling them up to 4-star, 5-star, 6-star. Yeah. Okay, do you lose points for letting IPD die? I believe you do. So the reason I leveled up IPD is if I have a team that I can't beat. Say I come up against a Malik team, Darth Revan, Malik, and I guess Fallen Bastila. If I came up against that, I wouldn't have a chance. Even my Jedi Revan isn't that good against a team like that. So what I would do is essentially hide the IPD. I would try to get a pre-taunting tank. So I don't have Sith Trooper ready, so I would probably do Shore Trooper. Let them do an AOE or two. So I need to really ramp up his protection, IPD's protection, and let them do a couple of AOEs, and then whoever I can knock out, I knock out. And that's his purpose in life, is to make an unbeatable team beatable in 2 tries. Yeah, it's kind of like Nihilus, essentially. I don't know. If I use Shore Trooper, he pre-taunts. So he starts with taunt, and then his first move can be to taunt again. So I don't. I guess unless you're worried about him not surviving long enough to let IPD go. Yeah. People with OCD would be stroking out right now. That's right. My one of my coworkers is that way, and I send him screenshots of this portion of my roster all the time, and he doesn't appreciate it. IPD is squishy. Yeah, I know. I'm working on gearing him. I just started 2 weeks ago, so I'm just gonna give him all the protection in the world and hope it works. It takes 3 to 4 turns to get his specials. So that I did not know. I haven't used him yet. And there's not a great. I'll have to take him into like Galactic War or something. But yeah, I know I need to gear him up a little bit more. Also good against Nest. Sometimes you get stuck on a Nest. You can use IPD. Um, so yeah, I need to practice with him before actually using him. I didn't think he needed 3 to 4 turns though. I mean I've used him once or twice, but uh, I don't know. Maybe he died. I don't know. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Uh, Instantly defeats himself and can't be revived. It's like while he has full health or no active allies, the cooldown is set to max. But I think once he loses a little bit of health, the cooldown just goes away. I don't know. Let's see if we can do some kind of battle. Uh, let's. Whoops. Yeah. So fine. Do we have? Oh, good. Lots of AOE here. I should get a chance to do it. Oh, somebody hook me up with a Darth Revan. That's awesome. I never actually do any of these battles, so I don't want too much strength. Oh, this is gonna ruin whoever my allies use me. Uh, so I don't want to be too strong. I also don't know how hard this battle is. We'll see how that. Best way to get purple upgrade points without the weekly challenge thing. I'm good on purple up. What is the best way? Are you asking or are you saying something is? Um, okay, so this is on cooldown because I'm at full health, so I need to lose some health. But yeah, the cooldown's 1. So I think if I were to lose some health before my first turn, I think I would get to go on my first turn. We'll see. We'll get some AoE from these guys. Uh, Maybe I took in too much power. I tried to not bring too much power here, but whoops, didn't mean to hit that. Maybe I should have taken him in by himself. That probably would have made more sense. Yeah, so this isn't going to prove or disprove your point because he's gone several times. I think I'm just waiting for him to get hit. There we go. So still full health, but not full protection. Yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody's going to hit me hard enough. Oh, close. Use health drain. Health, yeah, okay, so use health drain. So health drain as in like Palpatine? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, if he doesn't get focused. So yeah, like especially against the Darth Revan team, you got three people that'll do AoE, right? Well, actually, I don't know what Malak does. Malik. What is the right way to pronounce it? Is it Malak or Malik? I think it's Malik. Uh, I at least Darth Revan and Fallen Bastila have AoE, so he wouldn't get directly hit, but he'd get hit hard enough. And maybe I don't know if they ignore protection or anything like that. I don't know. So I may. Oh no, I'm ability blocked. Come on, man. I lost a tiny bit of health. I don't get to use it. Malak, no AoE. Okay. Okay. Malik like mallet. Got it. Malik. All right. So I'll only mess that up a few hundred more times. Malik. All right. Get a turn. Yeah, so I lost a sliver of health. So I think technically if I lose a sliver of health before the first move, I would get to go on my first move. Like Malice. Ah, after all that, I don't get a Captain Han shard. So yeah, I guess knowing that, I should not mod him for protection. I should mod him for health. Maybe that's what I did. I don't really remember. Because I want him to have a huge health pool and lose his protection quick. Speed. Wait, what am I doing? Potency, defense, protection. So I need to change this to a health primary. All right. Science. Okay. Um, so I really, man, this is the most viewers I've ever had in this game. I really don't have any more content, guys. I normally just do my Grand Arena stream, my battles for 30 minutes and then log off. Uh, it was really great looking at your guys' rosters. I'm very jealous of Cyberpunk. I think me being way higher galactic power than you, but if we were to go head to head, it would probably depend on how many defenses we have to set, because you've got some stuff that I don't think I could beat. I definitely could not beat in one shot. You've got a faster Revan too, so I'm very jealous of what you got. And so basically, you're readying it for suicide bombing. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. If you've got a team that is so powerful that you know you can't do anything about it, you just want to two-shot it as efficiently as you can. Um, so yeah, I fortunately didn't come across that tonight, but I'm sure I will down the road. But yeah, like I was saying, thanks for hanging out and chatting, guys. It was a lot of fun, not just talking to myself the entire time, which is how this usually goes. So I appreciate you guys being so active in chat. So I'm gonna try to do this every attack phase in Grand Arena. I don't know when the next one is, probably a few days or so. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna log off for now. Good night.